told or you know about fertility might not be true. Yes, you heard me right. Welcome to Talk Health with Ms. B, and today we'll be discussing something very, very important. Yes, today we'll be talking about fertility myth. Yes, so let's bust some common fertility myth together. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk Health with Ms. B. Link is in the bio, and subscribe, turn on the notification button, like our post, share to your friends who may need to see this video, right? So today we'll be talking about fertility myth. Now, what is fertility? Fertility is one topic surrounded by so many beliefs, tradition, and misinformation. And honestly, some of these myths are doing more harm than good. Yes, fertility has to do with the state of being fertile. Yes, being able to reproduce young ones, right? So today we'll be separating the fact from the fiction. Now, number one myth is that you can't get pregnant first time having sex. Like you cannot get pregnant for the first time after having sex, right? So this is very false because pregnancy has no particular timing. If you're ovulating and you have sex, liable to get pregnant, right? Now the next myth, number two myth is infertility is always a woman's problem. Now, the society that we found ourselves has a way of blaming the woman for every fertility issue that a couple is experiencing. Now, fertility issues affect both gender, whether male or female, right? In fact, the male factor contributes more to fertility issues than the female. In fact, half the cases of fertility is often caused by men. But the reason why it is not commonly heard about is because the male do not seek health advice when they're facing this issue. All the blame goes to the female gender, right? Or that maybe it's because she aborted pregnancy, that is why she's facing these fertility issues, or untreated infections that she had. But meanwhile, there are other issues that pertain to the male gender that could actually affect fertility. So, fertility is always a woman's problem is a wrong notion, right? Myth number three is that if you have your period regularly, you definitely are a fertile woman. Yes, if you have your period often, you're a fertile woman. Now, this is not always true, right? Because you can actually be having your period regularly and still be infertile. Yes. A woman can have PCOS and still ovulate and is fertile, right? These things work differently in individual, right? Now the next thing is contraceptive causes permanent infertility. This is absolutely wrong. Now most birth control methods only works while you're using them. Yes, you can refer back to our previous video, birth control. You would see the different methods that we mentioned: the natural method, the barrier method, the emergency contraceptive, the long-acting reversible contraceptive. Now each of these methods work when you're using them. When you're not using them, they are not working, right? So once you stop a birth control method, you automatically return to your fertile period. You're automatically fertile again. So you can actually be pregnant, right? Now, the next one is that age doesn't matter if you're healthy, right? This is not quite true, right? Because for a woman who is approaching menopause, your age actually matters. No matter how healthy you are, as long as you're approaching menopause, your fertility begins to reduce. Your chances of becoming pregnant reduces. And even for the male, your reproductive organs begin to slow down as your age goes down, like as you begin to degenerate, right? By that I mean, the older you are, the less fertile you become, right? Because at that time, cells are dying, your body's beginning to lose so many cells, you've lost so many sperm cells, you've lost so many female cells, right? Your hormones are no longer the way they were when you were young. So age does really matter. Now, the next myth is you need to have sex every single day to get pregnant. This is not true. Don't allow anybody to drag into this, right? The only safe period that you have if you want to get pregnant is 2 or 3 days around your ovulation. So if you're having sex from the first day of your menstrual cycle to the last day, there is a possibility that you may still do this thing and still not have a child, right? So having sex every 2 to 3 days around your ovulation is usually enough. Next thing is herbal mixture can cure infertility instantly. Please be very careful because there is no miracle herbal cure for infertility. Some mixtures are even more harmful or delay proper medical care. Now, the last thing for us to talk about it is that fertility is not something you should base on myth, right? It's not something you should use guesswork to actualize. If you're trying to conceive or you're worried about your fertility, get accurate information and speak to a qualified health care provider, right? Don't just walk into any pharmacy or any better drug dealer or any roadside drug seller and begin to ask for herbs to improve fertility. Instead, you should visit a health facility, a registered health facility, speak to a qualified health care provider, and your fertility issues would be sorted out. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the notification button, like our post, drop a comment, and share to your friends who may need this advice, right? We are here to give you health tips in simple and practical ways, right? If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. We'll be here to answer. With that, we'll see you in our next video. Bye.